Well, it turns out that the cards, the trick, the switching, was detected on about 13% of the time. This percentage went up a little bit if they gave participants more time, or if the faces were more different from each other, and sometimes it reached even 27%. But regardless of how much time they gave participants and how dissimilar the faces were, detection was still below a third, still rather low. And what was interesting was that the participants gave amazing story. They said things like, "I like her friendly face," or "she looked more symmetrical." It wasn't as if the participants said, "I have no idea." They always had a story about why they chose the face they actually did not choose. Now, in real life, this doesn't happen to us that much. It's not often that we reach for a soda and we pick a jar of pickles, and then we have to justify this choice. But if it did happen, the idea is that it would actually confuse us and we would not know why we made the choice we made. In another set of experiments, they kept on doing similar things, and they showed that you could trick people with jams in a supermarket. And in those cases, less than 20% of the people noticed the switch. They also showed that people who make decisions about what pension plan, what kind of savings they want to have for their retirement savings, can be easily baffled by the same thing. People make one choice, you switch their choice, and you ask them, why did you make that choice? And people very readily come up with an explanation of why they made the choice that they did not make. They found the same thing in political polls. It turns out that in many, many cases, we see the choice we make, we assume it was the right one, and we can go back and find a story that tells us why this was in fact the correct choice. And this probably happened in many cases. It happens in romantic decisions making, financial decision making, regulation, and so on. And what it basically shows is that we have a tremendous ability to tell ourselves a story. We are so good in telling ourselves a story about why we chose what we chose that we are even able to do it when what we chose is not really what we chose. And this is the story about choice blindness.